Stop 1. Introduction. The content for this audio tour is provided by the exhibition catalog essay titled Open Entries, New Collages by Judith King, written by Jean V. Coles. As early as the 10th century, Japanese calligraphers embellished their poetry scrolls with cut pieces of decorative paper and ornamental objects. But the word collage and the assemblage technique to which it refers only became part of the artistic lexicon in the early 20th century. The question of who introduced collage as we know it today is often debated. The word derives from the French coller, for glue, and was originally used by George Braque and Pablo Picasso in early experimental works done between 1907 and 1914. Since both artists left most of their work during this period unsigned and undated, it is problematic to assign credit for the beginning of collage to either man. It is clear, however, that in the ensuing century, collage has become a highly recognized art form, embraced by artists of all styles. Judy King is among its most ardent and able practitioners. Collage appealed to innovative modernists like Braque and Picasso, and pioneering abstract expressionists like Robert Motherwell, who claims that collage is the 20th century's greatest innovation, because it challenged established artistic axioms. In collage, the traditional distinction between painting and sculpture is blurred as the artist introduces dimensionality and texture to an otherwise flat surface. Previously strict classifications of realism and abstraction are also obscured in collage as the artist incorporates real objects into an artificially constructed space. Judy King's representational collages may recreate recognizable spaces, but they are built using the tools of abstraction. Vivid swaths of uniform color, purposefully minimal accents, geometric shapes, artfully used textures, and the spare use of paint. This technique distills each picture down to its very essence. Stop 2. Kennebunkport, JK 159. Another unique aspect of collage is the harmony between the mindfulness of its conception and the immediacy of its execution. On the one hand, there is little opportunity to rework the image once the artist glues the paper, fabrics, or objects onto the surface. The impact of placing each object is instantaneous, but the act of assembling and gluing the pieces together is merely the denouement, where the artist as craftswoman executes her own creative concept. Unlike with painting, collage cannot be spontaneous. It must be well thought out in advance precisely because it cannot be changed. For an artist like Judy King, the act of manipulating often minute elements to closely resemble real-life scenes makes collage technically impressive and emotionally contemplative and expressive. The artist's hands and intentions are written all over each piece, and we cannot help but to feel close to her and her world. In Judy King's small-scale collages, each choice of color, object, and texture teems with purpose. The artist shares herself with us by generously allowing us into the wonderful places and spaces of her everyday life, all the while expressing a contagious vibrancy and joy for daily existence. Kennebunkport, JK 159, which the artist calls home part of the year, feels like an invitation with its wide-open door and view of the stairs. We do not know who lives there. Might we assume this is the artist's own home? At first, we may feel like an interloper, but the beckoning open door and accessible stairs call us to enter and inhabit this beautiful home as if it were our own. Stop 3. Mailbox, JK 142, Easy Access, JK 144, Side Entrance, JK 130, Red Car, JK 139, and Oldest Cottage, JK 160. The theme of domesticity recurs in King's work in the form of many such homes, doors, and windows. Though predominantly exterior views, King always offers glimpses inside through open entries and lighted interior rooms. Homes like the ones shown in Mailbox, Easy Access, and Side Entrance feel like seaside vacation cottages, and King has just mailed us the key and invited us to let ourselves in and stay for the summer. These uncomplicated assemblages of color, shape, texture, and shadow contain just enough detail to be understandable and approachable, while at the same time they offer little mysteries yearning to be uncovered. Not all of King's house collages are close-ups that invite us to peek behind lace curtains or poke our heads in open doors. Some, like Red Car and Oldest Cottage, are full views of the dignified and handsome New England homes that King so clearly admires. Stop 4. Keneal Bay, JK 141. Sailing, JK 129. Break of Day, JK 127. Shipwreck, JK 128. Catamaran, JK 127. Spring Bursting, JK 148. Pilgrim's Church, JK 152. And Mowing, JK 131. Honoring location and place is an integral part of King's work, especially her beloved New England, but also the numerous other regions she frequents. From the luxurious St. John Resort, Keneal Bay, calling us to swim in its deep blue waters, to the rustic adobe homes of Teos, JK 157, whose color contrasts expertly bespeak the Southwest. Looking at Judy King's work is like taking a vacation to the bewitching spots that the artist knows so well. Clearly, the seaside is of special importance to King, as she infuses her many waterworks with palpable vitality and warmth. The rich spectrum of blues she utilizes embody all the nuances of the sea. Whether it is rough, as in Sailing, or calm, as in Break of Day, shallow, as in Shipwreck, or deep, as in Catamaran, King uses a similarly splendid palette of blues to express sky in different seasons and times of day. The sky in Spring Bursting is that intense and clear blue we get after winter's paleness fades and before summer's haziness sets in. In fact, seasonal variations figure predominantly in many of King's works. Pilgrim's Church is a highly nuanced winter scene in which atmosphere and light are skillfully achieved through the deft layering of the cut-colored paper, overlapping netting, and well-chosen painterly marks. On the other hand, you can practically smell the cut grass in Mowing, as the lush colors and netting overlay evoke the brilliant light, warm feelings, and total relaxation that we felt as children at the end of a great summer day. Stop 5. 4th of July, JK 155, and Christmas Corner, JK 135. So much of Judy King's work conjures the lightheartedness and buoyancy of youth, of carefree summer days spent at the beach, or the expectation and excitement of holidays, as in 4th of July and Christmas Corner. In the end, perhaps this explains the enduring and universal appeal of collage, and what made it such an interesting medium for artistic luminaries such as Picasso and Motherwell. Many of us remember those school-age art projects, where we cut paper and magazine clippings to create personal collages and to express our own selves in an artistic and meaningful way. Though few of us achieve the effortless beauty that Judy King does with this medium, we can all relate not only to the method she has used in her art, but also to the times, places, spaces, and emotions she expresses.